Hey everyone, Sam from United People's TV here. Obviously the news was announced yesterday that it's now been confirmed today that Adnan Januzaj is returning to Manchester United from his loan spell at Borussia Dortmund. Now I personally did a quick reaction video just to sort of give my opinion on what I felt the loan was and why I felt was a wrong decision in the first place. But I asked you guys to send your opinions in. So this video is just to basically speak about what you think. So thanks for sending all the messages in. I've picked 5 of them just to run through them and just to basically get you guys more involved, a bit more engaged. First response is from Ryan Ashby. Cheers for sending this in, Ryan. He said he wasn't good enough at the start of the season, so why should he be worthy now? Now I asked what your thoughts are on Adnan Januzaj coming back from Dortmund, and do you think he'll get plenty of game time this season at Man United? Obviously Ryan disagrees. Now I actually think that the 3 or 4 games he played before he went out on loan were some of his better performances under Van Gaal. He even scored against Villa. It was a really well taken goal he did. And then he actually got shipped out straight away. Now, I don't think for a second that Januzaj is going to come back in and be a regular first team player. But I do think he's going to get a good bit of game time. Because why else would you record him from loan? Yes, there was no point leaving him in Dortmund if it was just stagnating and nothing was happening. But we need wingers in this team. As Young showed against Swansea and Martial showed, that threat from the wings can be so dangerous. So while I do agree that he probably wasn't good enough to start every single game at the start of the season, I'm not saying he is now. He's now got a great opportunity to make himself good enough to start every single game. And he's had the perspective of leaving United, having a really crap loan spell, and coming back. And for me, that should improve his attitude if his attitude is questionable. Second one here from RG United Red. He said before game time he should get his confidence up and running. He has the quality, it's only a matter of time. Now those who watched obviously Januzaj in his breakthrough season under David Moyes saw that quality. And he's always had that through the under-18s, the under-21s. He was always a cut above that. Now, he hasn't pushed on as much as we would have hoped. That's kind of a given, I think. He had Barnstorm in first season, and it's always that second season syndrome. But I do think he just needs that little bit of confidence, and I think confidence is everything for a player of his style because he plays on the edge. So if what he's trying works and it comes off, then great. If it doesn't, he gets lambasted for it. He gets slated for it, and it kind of happens. It's that style of player that if it works, it's great. If it doesn't, questions are asked, and he's got to get over that mental hurdle, I suppose, of being afraid to make mistakes. I'm not sure whether he's still got that, but once Januzaj is in full flow and he's looking confident, he really is gorgeous to watch. He really is. We haven't seen that since probably the first season under Moyes. Now, I'm hoping, for Januzaj's sake, that he can bring that back between now and the end of this season, and I'm hoping so anyway. Next one we've got is from, I'm definitely going to say this wrong, so sorry about this, Teji Dillon 09. Thank you, Teji. He said he's more of a squad player and a little bit more depth. He might be used more as a sub, but I still prefer Lingard over him. Now that's quite an interesting point there, because Jesse Lingard this season has been fantastic. For a period before he got injured, I feel like he was one of our best players on the pitch. So direct, real pace on the run, and he knew exactly what he was doing. He wasn't afraid to run at a player. What I was saying on the previous comment is having that confidence to run at a player and not being scared to make a mistake. Lingard didn't have that fear, and he's been unfortunately struck down by injuries. And I do think it's going to be very much Januzaj against Lingard. They're going to be competing for that same game time. Because Memphis isn't getting used very much, because he's playing poorly, we don't exactly have loads and loads of options for wingers. But I personally think that Januzaj should be getting a good amount of game time. I do think he will be competing with Lingard. So let me know in the comments below whether you would prefer Lingard or Januzaj. If both are fit, who are you going to play? Next point here from Zayed Seisha. She says, she or he, sorry Zayed if you are a he, hope Januzaj improves when he comes back to United, can make a difference if he can go past defenders like that first season. That's kind of something I was brushing on there and saying that Januzaj was really a joy to watch in that first season, and if he can really find that confidence back, he's going to be an asset to the team. He really is. Last point we've got here from Aid, Just Wale, his Twitter name is. He said he's glad, better than Fellaini, and will take his opportunity if Memphis doesn't improve. Now, something that Louis van Gaal has been talking about in this week is that how he doesn't he was happy to let Hernandez, Van Persie, Falcao all leave, so there was less competition and less pressure on his players. I personally think that can work. It definitely can work the other way around. When a player is complacent and they almost feel guaranteed of their place in the side, they don't feel the need to improve, and they don't feel the need to go forward anymore. And they don't feel the need to really impress, because they know that even if they play shit, they're going to be in the team next week. I think Wayne Rooney is a case in point of that. I think competition is healthy for any player. And now you've got Memphis, who has this season, he's underperformed. If you can have Memphis there, Young when he's fit, Januzaj, Lingard, I personally think it can only be a good thing for us. And we need some attacking spark. If Januzaj can come in, and if not directly do it, at least contribute to a mental improvement from everybody and thinking, oh, Januzaj's back, I better improve or I'm going to get kicked out of the team. That can only be a good thing for me. I've used some of the comments here, but I'd still like to hear all your thoughts on Januzaj's return, whether it's a good thing for the club or it's a good thing for him. Please leave your comments below and get involved. Like this video, subscribe to United People's TV if you're new, and we'll see you soon. Take it easy. Charlton's, we've got George Best's, Giggs, Beckham's, the whole history of United is something that City cannot compete with, and that was sort of romantic